Okay, this is of course the old three shell game, and it's frequently done with walnut shells, three walnut shells and a pea. I use these cups for sentimental reasons, because the man that taught me this trick sold me the cups, and well, that's all there is to it. I tell people a story of the first time this happened to me. According to my story, I was 19 years old, and I thought I knew a lot more than I think I know now. Went down to Atlanta to a Braves game. Went to underground Atlanta, and there was an old man in a, shall we say, a restaurant, and he had these shells out on the table, and I walked up to him and said, "Hey, mister, how do you play your game?" And he smiled, and I thought he must be a nice man because he smiled a lot. He said, "Well, son, let me show you what I have here." He says, "I have three shells and a pea." He says, "I call it the old three shell game." He says, "I cover the pea. Now all you have to do to succeed at the game is to find that pea." He says, "But I'm going to move the shells a bit to confuse you." And he moved the shells 2 times, and then he said the magic words, "If you find the pea, you double your money." Well, I don't know about you, but I knew where the pea was, and I bet that old man a whole dollar, because I thought I'd just see if he'd pay, and sure enough, he reached in his pocket and gave me $2, and I said to myself, "Oh, I'm going to have a good time in Atlanta tonight." I said, "Hey, mister, let me play again." He smiled. He said, "Watch the pea." He says, "I'm going to cover that pea, and I'm going to move the shells to confuse you. If you find the pea, you double your money." I don't know about you. I wasn't particularly confused by that. The pea was there, and I knew it. I'm going to make a little money this time. I bet him $5. $5. 5 will get me 10. I bet $5. But I wished I hadn't. The pea wasn't there. The pea wasn't there. The old pea was over here, and that nice old man was in my wallet. I said, "Whoa." I said, "The hand must be quicker than I." He said, "Son, if you'll play one more time." He said, "I'll do this." He says, "I'll do this in slow motion, like in the movies." Well, I said, what could he do in slow motion? He put the pea in the middle. It always started in the middle, and he moved the shells like in the movies. Slow mo. Well, I didn't think he could do anything in slow motion, so I bet $10 on the shell in the middle. $10 I bet, and $10 I lost. The pea wasn't there, the pea wasn't there, the pea was over here, and I was on my way out the door, and he said, "I'll make you an offer you can't refuse." He said, "If you'll do this one more time, I'll let you handle the shells." I said, "Well, I'll be happy to do that." He told me to pick any shell I like and put on top of the pea. I did that, and he said, "Well, pick up any other shell and put on top of that one." And I did that. He said, "Now pick them both up and see. You know the pea's right there." And I said, "Yes, it's right there. There's no problem with that. I know where it is, and I know where it's not." He said, well, give me a second." He pulled out a little souvenir glass that had Underground Atlanta written on the side. I broke mine. And he said, "I'll put the glass on the shells. I can't even touch those shells." He says, let's just rest just rest those glasses on top of the shell. So if I even touched that, they would fall off. Well, I knew where it wasn't. I knew where it was, and I knew what he was going to do. This was too easy. He was going to let me win, so I'd keep on playing. I knew they did that sometimes, so I outfoxed the old man. I bet him $50. I'm going to win this time, right? $50, ladies and gentlemen. $50. $50. And the moral of this story is, never bet your money on the old three shell. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.